Marhaba. Today on Simply Maha, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these mini stuffed peppers. I had so much fun experimenting with this recipe and it turned out super amazing, and I can't wait for you guys to see it and try it out. Let's go. So for my filling, I have a cup of short grain Egyptian style rice. I've had it soaking in hot water for about 30 minutes. And what I'm gonna do is actually parboil my rice because I want it to be about 60% done when I put it in the filling, since we're not gonna have any water on the peppers themselves when cooking. So I have 2 large tomatoes that I've added garlic to, some salt. I'm gonna drizzle in some olive oil, and what we're creating is a really flavorful liquid for our rice to cook in. The tomatoes are gonna release a lot of their liquid. The garlic is going to infuse in that oil, and we're going to partially cook our rice in that liquid, and it's going to be super flavorful. So I'm just going to cover this, put it on high heat just until it comes up to a boil. So you could see after about 5 minutes on high heat, water is already starting to come out. And what I'm going to start doing is actually just flatten out the tomatoes, kind of squishing them, have them soften a bit. And I'm just going to put the lid back on. I'm going to turn it down to medium low and just keep it going until all the tomatoes soften and they've broken down. So as you could see, my tomatoes have softened up pretty nicely. So now I'm gonna add my rice. And if you didn't want to continue with the recipe, this is perfect right here, just eat it with some bread. But I'm just gonna add my rice right now. I'm gonna coat every grain of rice with that flavorful liquid that we made. And after doing that, I'm just gonna set my heat to medium low, cover it, and let it simmer in there for about 10 to 15 minutes or until the rice is about 60% done. So this is what my rice looked like after about 15 minutes. I just tasted it to see if it was where I wanted it to be, and I determined it was about 65% done, which is exactly what I want. So I'm just gonna put the lid on it, turn off the heat, and then let it hang out while we prepare the peppers. Try saying that 10 times. Prepare the peppers.
Prepare the peppers, 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 prepare the peppers.
So just take off the top like you see here, and then take your knife, go around the seeds and the veins, and it should come out very easily. These small peppers are usually pretty clean. I have about a pound of mini peppers right here, and that should be enough. So for the rest of my filling, I have ground beef. I'm gonna add some parsley, then some finely diced onion. And if you don't know how to dice an onion, I just uploaded a video showing you how to do that, so check it out. I have some walnuts, and then spices. If you've been watching my videos for a while now, you know that I always need to have paprika, garlic, onion, turmeric. I feel like those are very standard to have in the kitchen. I'm gonna add some raisin for some sweetness, and let me tell you, the raisins and the walnuts really made this dish. And now I'm gonna add 2 heaping spoons of my red pepper and tomato paste. And trust me, once you make this paste and you try it, you're gonna want to put it on everything and anything that you find. Okay, it's even really nice with just bread. So make sure after watching this video, liking it, of course, maybe leaving a little comment. Go check out that pepper recipe and show it some love too. I'm just gonna add some salt, and I'm gonna try incorporating everything in the meat now and then add my rice, because remember, we cooked our rice and we don't want it to get mushy if we overmix it. Now I'm just gonna add the rice. It can be warm, just don't have it too hot because we don't want it to start cooking the meat. And then I'm just gonna mix it very well, and I'm gonna show you how to stuff them. So just take your filling and start putting it in the pepper. And since our rice is almost cooked through, it's not gonna expand a lot, so I really stuffed these. You know, I filled them to the brim, and I found that the back of a teaspoon really helps get the stuffing in all the nooks and crannies, because you know, peppers like this tend to be sometimes crooked in all different shapes and sizes. But get as much stuffing as you can in there, okay? They're not gonna pop or explode or anything, because like I said, the rice is almost cooked through. So just stuff them like you see here all the way to the top, clean them up a bit, and then place them to the side. And what you see here is an example of a pepper that's going to be crooked. As you can see, there's a little vein that's blocking. I just put my finger, moved it around. They tend to be very flexible. Is that, I don't know if that's the right word, but these peppers are very forgiving. And like I said, just use the back of the teaspoon to get all the filling in there. I'm gonna stop showing you guys now because I find it very uncomfortable. Okay, I don't know if you do, but that's enough. So I'm just gonna rub my pan with olive oil, and I'm gonna place 2 large potatoes that I thinly sliced on the bottom. And let me get a little scientific here, okay? Some food science. We're gonna add some sort of liquid to this pan, and the reason why I'm adding potato, other than, you know, flavor of course, is as the potatoes bake and cook, they're gonna release their starch, and the starch is gonna thicken whatever liquid we put. So towards the end, we're gonna be able to dip some bread in that thick, luscious liquid thanks to the potatoes. So add them, okay? Don't think that potatoes are just, you know, there to be pretty. I mean, they are, obviously. Look at them. Look at them. But they also have a purpose too. So we're just gonna salt them. Remember, salting every layer of your dish. Okay, Maha, we get it. Stop playing with the potatoes. Come on. Come on. Where's the salt? Okay. Don't ever try to be a perfectionist in the kitchen, okay? You will drive yourself crazy. At the end, it's always going to look pretty, trust me. So I'm just going to put the peppers around. And you want to have your larger ones towards the end, and then your smaller ones towards the inner portion of your pan, you know, just to mimic a petal. So you see how pretty that ends up looking? And you can use the stuffing that we made to stuff literally anything. I just happen to think that smaller food looks better, so that's why I chose these mini peppers. And after doing that, we're just gonna go ahead and start making the little wet mixture we're gonna pour over the top. So after I've stuffed all the peppers and placed them in the pan, I'm just gonna put a little mixture to go on top before I cook them, so I have some butter. And then I'm gonna put another heaping tablespoon of the paste that I made. This is gonna give it so much flavor, so much richness. And once you add your paste, it is gonna splatter like crazy, so just, you know, be careful. Move it around like that, get them incorporated. So now I've just added bouillon powder. You can also add salt and water. And then I'm gonna drizzle this all over my peppers and potatoes. I'm gonna cover it with foil. And 2 things. You can either bake it in a 400-degree oven for 30 minutes and then broil it. What I did is I put it on my grill. I have a rack on my grill so the bottom doesn't burn. I have that on 400. I kept it in there for 30 minutes and then I put it under the broiler. So you can choose which method you want. They will both turn out amazing. I decided to give you guys a 2-second tour of my mint garden and a little peek at my rosemary. Alright, and this is how it ended up looking after 30 minutes. I'm gonna broil it, and look at that. You see what happens? You see what I told you would happen? Look at that. Just go to town. I mean, forget about the peppers. Who cares about the peppers, right? I want that juice in the pan. Okay, that's where the magic is at. And this is going to be your final product, of course. You want to decorate it with some basil, some parsley, whatever you want. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this recipe today. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.